Waiting for that little recording.
Okay, hi everybody. My name's Laura and I'm from Your Inspirations, and welcome everybody to today's Michael's class. Um I we have our friend Tamara Kelly here today with us for Granny Squares for Beginners. So I'll be helping with any questions you have during today's class. Feel free to drop your questions in the chat and we'll make sure that Tamara answers them. Uh, Over to you, Tamara.
All right. Thank you so much, Laura. Hi, everybody. I'm Tamara Kelly from mooglyblog.com, and I'm really happy to be here with you today, along with your inspirations to talk about some easy crochet granny squares. Now, granny squares can be really anything you want them to be. Here in this pattern, the one we've got for today is the Red Heart Easy Square Crochet Coasters. They could absolutely be coasters. They can also be patches. They can be, you know, trivets. They can be connected and turned into other things. You've all seen those really great and cute granny square sweaters are really hot right now. I've seen granny square shorts coming out this summer. Pants, of course, have been around since at least the 60s or 70s. It's just a classic motif that has a million different uses and is, of course, still popular today. So today we can call them coasters, but you can use them for whatever you want them to use them for. They are these Red Heart Easy Square Crochet Coasters. So hopefully, if you're coming into this class, you already have some idea on how to crochet. If you're new to crochet, there's going to be some great links in the chat for you to follow. Today, we are going to kind of just jumping right into the granny square. And I'm going to be using Red Heart Super Saver. You can see right here. And what they call for in the pattern is a USI 5.5 millimeter crochet hook. This one happens to be by Susan Bates. Now, if you do not have that specific size of crochet hook or that specific yarn, that's fine. That's the joy of a granny square. You can make it really with any yarn and any hook. So if you have a different yarn today, or if you don't have this hook size, it's a good idea just to go by whatever is recommended on the label or whatever you have that's closest to that. So if your label says H, but you've got an I, use your I. It's fine. It doesn't really matter for this pattern at all. So with all that said, go ahead and start finding the end of your yarn, and we will go ahead and switch over to our hand camera here so you can see what I'm doing. So there we've got our Red Heart Super Saver. Again, this is sort of a medium weight yarn, but whatever yarn you have, even if it's bulky or small, you can absolutely still make a granny square with it. So grab your closest yarn and the hook that'll work with it. And right here, you've got a pretty standard granny square. So if you haven't made a granny square before, they're pretty much just chains and double crochets. But we're going to start working in the round. So if you're a beginner crocheter, maybe you've made double crochets before, working back in forth in rows. I think that double crochet scarf is something every beginner crocheter makes. But now we're going to start working in rounds. We're going to go around and around and around, building up on all four sides rather than in just one direction. So the first thing, like I say, we need to do is find the end of that yarn. Now, as you do that, I'm going to show you real quick here. This is the pattern, a closer look at the pattern we're following today, the Red Heart Easy Square Crochet Coasters. So if you're watching this later on a recording, you can go ahead and look for that in your nearest search engine, and that pattern should pop right up free on your inspirations. They've got some suggested colors, but of course, the joy of crochet is you can use whatever color you like. And I am using the eye hook that they recommended this one, but like I said, you can use whatever you've got handy. Now, this pattern is wonderful if you want to go ahead and print it out and follow along, especially later, because it does have all the steps with some great photography. And the instructions are spelled out a little bit more than you would see in a standard crochet pattern. So that is also really wonderful for beginners. So when we find the end of our yarn, we want to pull up a couple feet out of our skein here. And we'll get our hook ready. And the first thing we're going to do is make our slip knot. Now, the slip knot part is not included in the instructions. That is generally something that you have to infer from a crochet pattern. So to make our slip knot, if you haven't done that before, I'm going to go over, like I said, relatively quickly here. I'm assuming most of you know how to crochet. We're going to come in 4 to 6 inches or so from the end of our yarn. Fold it over just like that. So it looks a little bit like an awareness ribbon. You can see the end is on top. You don't have to cut the yarn. This is just from the beginning end of the yarn. You should be able to find one end of the yarn. Lay it over like that. Then you're going to pull that end underneath that loop. And then just grab that little, you want to grab that little section inside the loop and pull up on that while pulling down on that end and your main end. And that makes a slip knot. The thing that makes a slip knot unique is that when you pull on those ends, it just goes away. So if you have not made a slip knot before, but you've been crocheting, that is how to make it. You don't have to make the slip knot. If you cannot make the slip knot, feel free to just go ahead and tie a little knot on your hook. And now there is, of course, some great instructions on how to make a slip knot on the Yarn Inspirations page. So once we make our slip knot, we want to put our hook right into that loop, and we pull up on those ends to make the loop just a little bit bigger than our crochet hook. And with that, we can start crocheting. So to begin our slip knot, or excuse me, to begin our granny square, we're going to start with a chain of 4. So I'm going to come up a little closer to the camera here, and we want to yarn over the top of our hook and pull through. There's 1, yarn over and pull through for 2, yarn over and pull through for 3, yarn over and pull through for 4. We've got 4 chains made. I'm going to do that one more time. You want to get a loop on your hook, whether it's a slip knot or a regular knot. Then we chain 4. Yarn over, 1, 2, 3, 4. We want to remember that only the chain stitches that we've made down here off our hook count. The loop that is on our hook does not count. Alrighty. So after we've made those first 4 chains, we're going to join with a slip stitch in the first chain we made. So that's the one right back here, right back by the slip stitch, or excuse me, the slip knot. The first stitch by the slip knot. So you can put your hook into whatever part of that chain you like. Personally, I like to go into the underneath hump right back here. If you look at one side of the chains, you can see there's the V's. On the other side, there's the hump. I like to go under the hump, but honestly, it doesn't really matter. It's all going to get covered up by the next round of stitches. So however you can get into that stitch, we just want to put your hook in there, yarn over, and pull that loop on through for a slip stitch. We want to slip stitch in the chain that's closest to the slip knot. A little bit of a tongue twister there. You can see how that's made a little ring like that, okay? So I see we've got a lot of questions. Let's do that one more time. Got my slip knot on the hook. So I've got a loop on my hook, however you like to get it there. Then we chain 4. That means we bring our yarn up over the hook from behind and go 1. That's 1 chain right there. 2, 3, 4. Now that first one we made is right down here, right next to our slip knot. So however you can get your hook in there, we want to stick our hook in that stitch wherever you like to do it. Then yarn over again, pull that loop through that stitch and through the other loop that was on your hook. And that creates that little ring that's going to be in the center of our granny square. So that is how we do the beginning. Does not count as the first stitch. It also doesn't count as the first round. It's just setting us up for the first round. Okay. So we've done 4 chains and joined them with a slip stitch so that we've got a little circle. So now we're going to begin our first round. And at this point, it can be really helpful if you have some stitch markers to go ahead and pull one of those out. Now, a stitch marker is typically plastic. That one's a little hard to see. Let me get a red one here. It's a little easier. There you go. It's sort of like a little safety pin that you can use to mark different places in your work. If you don't have one of these, that's fine. But if you do, it can be really handy. Now, someone asked, what if you get it wrong? Just like I showed you before, you can, when I pulled the hook out and redid it, you just pull your stitches back out and redo them. That's one of the great things about crochet is that if you make a mistake, let's say I happen to know that the next thing I'm going to do is chain 3. Let's see, I chained 5, too many chains, right? Just like everything else in crochet, you can just pull it out, pull back on that yarn, and it all comes undone. It's one of the great things about this craft, unlike other things where you use up your supplies. with the yarn, you can just pull on it to pull through. Now, if you don't have a stitch marker, it's optional. You don't have to have it, but you can instead use another scrap piece of yarn or even a standard safety pin or a paper clip, anything like that you can sort of hook onto something. Alrighty, so let's go ahead and start that first round. If you're following along with the written instructions, what we've done is this part right here. So we're already up to here, that first round. That's where we're working right now. All right, so to begin that first round, get my yarn straightened out here. We always want to be working with the end of the yarn attached to the skein, not this little cut end. And the first thing we're going to do is we're going to chain 3 again. And this chain of 3 is going to count as our first double crochet. So this will count as our first stitch. So we go 1, 2, and 3. Now, if you have a stitch marker or something you can use in place of a stitch marker, like a safety pin or a scrap of yarn, what you can do is put that right under the top 2 loops. Oops, sorry, let me get that centered again here. Working a little too close, got off camera. There we go. So we just go right under that third chain I made. You see how I put that under those top 2 loops? Again, you can do the same thing with just slide a bit of a paper clip through there, whatever you happen to have handy. And again, it is optional. It just makes it a little bit easier as we come around to have that third chain marked. You can see now we've got that circle. We've got 3 chains coming out of that, and I've got my stitch marker in that third chain that I made. Okay. Now what we're going to do, you can see I already yarned over because I happen to know what's coming next. But next we're going to work 2 double crochets into the ring. So hopefully you know how to make a double crochet. We yarn over, and then we're going to put our hook right in that ring. So not in any of the particular chains, not in a particular stitch. We want to go right into that space, right in the middle, right there. That's where we're going in. So watch my yarn goes over the top of that ring so I can grab it with my hook and pull it up through that ring. You can see it's just coming right on out of that space. So to finish our double crochet, then we yarn over, pull through 2, and yarn over and pull through 2. There we go. So now we're going to yarn over again and go right into that hole in the center. Now you'll see as I work into that ring, I'm also working over that tail end. It's sort of trapped inside there. That's optional, but it doesn't hurt it. So we yarn over and pull that loop up and through, yarn over and pull through 2, and yarn over and pull through 2. Now, I'm going as slow as I can, but this is a learn how to make granny squares, learn how to make this particular pattern class, not so much a learn how to crochet class. So if you are someone who's just learning to crochet, then those there are a lot of resources for that on the Yarn Inspirations channel as well. So that is a chain 3, which counts as our first double crochet, and then 2 more double crochets. And if you're new to double crochet, don't worry, I'm going to be making a lot more of them here as we go. So after we've worked those 2 double crochets into the ring, then to continue on with our first round, what you're going to see next is a set of instructions that are in brackets. Let me bring that up closer here so you can see right there. You see how there's a beginning bracket there and an ending bracket there. And then after that, it says 3 times. That means we're going to do everything within those brackets 3 times. And that's where we're at right now. So we come right back here to our little piece. And what says in the brackets is chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and then work 3 double crochet into the ring. So we chain 3, and then we go right back into that ring. Just like that. Pull up that loop, double crochet, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over and pull through 2. Then we need 2 more. So we yarn over. When we yarn over and crochet, we always come from behind up over our hook. For this project, we're sticking our hook right into that hole in the center there. Yarn over, pull our loop up through that center hole. Yarn over and pull through 2, and yarn over and pull through 2. Let's double crochet again. Yarn over, insert our hook right into that hole. When we get our hook out on the other side of the hole, we're still bringing our yarn over the hook, pulling that loop up and through. yarn over and pull through 2, and yarn over and pull through 2. So now we've worked a chain of 3 and 3 double crochets into that ring. So we've done everything inside that bracket one time. So now we need to do it twice more, because remember we're doing it for a total of 3 times. So chain 3, yarn over 1, 2, 3, and then we double crochet into that ring 3 times. So we start for a double crochet with a yarn over, insert our hook in that ring, yarn over and pull up our loop, yarn over and pull through 2, yarn over and pull through 2. We need to do that twice more. Yarn over, go right into that ring, yarn over and pull up our loop, yarn over and pull through 2, yarn over and pull through 2. Once more, we yarn over, go right. Now we can see now that we've worked a bunch of stitches into that, our ring is opening up and getting easier and easier to find. Pull our loop up and through, yarn over and pull through 2, yarn over and pull through 2. So now we've done that twice. We need to do that section of the brackets one more time. Chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and then 3 more double crochets all right into that ring. Now, if you find as you're crocheting into that ring, all of a sudden it seems like it's full, maybe it seems like there's not going to be room for those stitches to fit, you can go ahead and give them a tug. It's just yarn. Yarn is pretty strong. Just pull it on out of the way. You can see like that, I just opened up some space. So now we yarn over, go right back into that ring, yarn over, pull our loop up through the ring, yarn over and pull through 2, and yarn over and pull through 2. Again, if it's getting squeezy in there, don't worry about it. You can make room or just go right on over. They will fit in. Get your hook in there, yarn over, pull up our loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over and pull through 2. That's the double crochet. Let's do it really slow and close here. We need one more for this round. The double crochet stitch, we bring our hook, or excuse me, our yarn from behind up over our hook. That's our yarn over. We hold that yarn over on there, insert our hook into the stitch or the ring, wherever we're going. In this pattern, it's the ring here in the middle. We yarn over and pull a loop up through that ring. We want to pull it up, just like our other loops right here. Yarn over, pull that loop through 2 of the other loops that were on the hook, just those first 2. That leaves 2 loops on our hook. Then we yarn over and pull through those 2. And that's a double crochet. Now at this point, it almost looks like a square. If you see, we've got our stitch marker right there. That's where we began. We've got this chain 3 down here, another one right here, and another one right here. Those chain 3s make our corners of our square. So now we just need to finish up this last corner right here. So to finish up that last bit, we need to do another chain 3. 1, 2, and 3. And then we can join with a slip stitch in the top of that first double crochet. Now that's where having that stitch marker is really handy, because we're not joining to a stitch, we're joining to that 3rd chain we made right there. So it is a stitch, but it's not a double crochet stitch. And slip stitching to a chain can be a little bit more difficult. So having that stitch marker in there can make it easier to get your hook in there. But if you don't have a stitch marker there, it's not a problem. It still works. You just have to, instead of taking the time to mark at the beginning, we have to kind of take our time to look right now and say, okay, that's the top of a double crochet. That's the top of a double crochet. That is that 3rd chain we made. So we just want to insert our hook right under those top 2 loops of that 3rd chain. So now we've got the loop that was on our hook before, and we're in that stitch. And we're going to yarn over again. Remember, always bring our yarn up over our hook from behind and pull that right through that chain, 3rd chain there, and through our other loop. And that is our slip stitch that holds the whole thing together. Now, I know that's a lot, especially if you're new, but the great thing about crochet granny squares is that it's kind of just the same thing. every round. So as we grow, it's just going to be the same thing. So you're going to keep seeing this. You're going to keep seeing the double crochets and the chain threes, and it will hopefully make more sense as you see it all come together. The first round of anything is often quite wonky, but let me get my hook out of the way here so we can take a closer look again at what we've got. These are all just double crochets in groups of 3. So remember, we chained 3 to begin. That's a double crochet substitute. We do that to give us height. We need to come up so that our stitches can be nice and tall. So since that chain 3 counts as a double crochet, we've got 3 double crochets there, 3 double crochets there, 3 double crochets there, and 3 double crochets there. So that makes the beginning of our little square. So we want to continue growing in that square. So it's always a good time to stop every time you finish a row and stop and look and make sure you've only got 4 corners, because as we grow, sometimes people accidentally add another corner. So you want to make sure that you've only got 4. And if you've made a mistake, you just pull back on that yarn and the stitches all come right back out and you can try again. Especially if you're a beginner, this can take a long time to get the hang of. So do not be afraid to pull your stitches back out and practice, practice, practice. Okay. So with that first one done, because we are almost halfway through the class already, I am going to keep going. Remember, this class is recorded and you're always welcome to reach out to me or Michael's or the Yarn Inspirations team for more help after this if you need it as well. So let's go to the second round. What we do for this particular type of granny square, we're going to slip stitch in the next 2 double crochets. So if you haven't slip stitched before, it's that same thing we just did to join. We can use it to join. We pull that loop all the way through, but we can also use it to go to a new area of our pattern to start stitching again. So the pattern does say, it says you do that part. Somebody just asked a question, does the pattern say how many times to do each section before you go around? And yes, that was the part in the brackets that we were talking about. The tool is how many times to do those stitches going around. So let's get started here with our second round. It says to slip stitch in the next 2 double crochets. Now remember, we're in the top of that chain 3. So we've got 2 more double crochets. We want to get over here to that chain 3 spot. So we're going to go right into that top of that next double crochet right there and just slip stitch. Pull that loop through the stitch and then right through the other loop on your hook. That doesn't add any height. It just lets us travel. We do that in the next one. Pull that loop through the loop on your hook. All right. Then once more, we're going to do that right into that chain 3 space. And now we're in the corner. And now we can start adding some height and actually creating that second round. So now what we're going to do is, again, start with that same chain 3 that gives us the height and will count as our first double crochet. So if you want to, you can put your stitch marker right in the top of that 3rd chain. But again, it's totally optional. After you've got that chain 3 made, then we're going to make the rest of this corner because we're in a corner space and we always want to put our corners in our corners. So now we're going to go right back in that chain 3 space and make another double crochet. And then another one. We're always going to work in groups of 3. For granny squares, that's kind of the rule. It's groups of 3 double crochet. Unless you're working a really unusual one, someone's having some fun with it, you're working in groups of 3. That's kind of the rule to remember. So after those 3 double crochets, we need 3 chains. 1, 2, 3. That will become the new corner here for our second round. I'm going to pull up a little bit more yarn here. Now we need to go right back into that same chain 3 space for another 3 double crochets. Again, if it feels like it's getting too full, just give it a tug. Pull that yarn right on out of the way. It won't hurt it. We go right into that same chain space, yarn over, pull up our loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, and pull through 2. Go back in for a second one and a third one. So now, put my fingers out of the way here. You can see, hopefully, this is a new corner. We're starting to expand out for our granny square. So since it's only the second round, we jump over that group of 3. That's the other thing. We always just jump over the group of 3 and see what's next. It's only the second round, so what's next after this group of 3 is another corner. So whenever we get to a chain 3 corner, we work the same thing. We go in here and we work 3 double crochets, chain 3, 3 double crochets. So we yarn over, we go right into that chain 3 space, make 1, right in there, 2, and 3. Now, if you're having a hard time keeping track of your corners and you've got a whole bunch of stitch markers, try putting a stitch marker in each chain 3, and that will let you know when you get to a corner so you don't get it mixed up later with some of the other spaces. But we're in this corner, so we've got 3 double crochets, chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and then 3 more double crochets right back into that corner. 1, 2, and 3. And with that, we're actually halfway through round 2. You can kind of see here, we've got a group of 3, a chain 3, a group of 3, a group of 3, chain 3, a group of 3. So that means we're going to turn. We just keep turning as we go here. Follow our hook. We've got another group of 3 here, so we skip it. And what's next? Another chain of 3. So we do that corner again. 3 double crochets, 1, 2, 3. Then we chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and 3 double crochets right back into that chain 3 space. 1, 2, and 3. I do like to keep pulling the yarn out of my skein. I don't like to try and fight the skein for the yarn. There we go. All right. Now we've got 3 corners made. Kind of take a look at it. Get used to looking at your stitches. You can see there's 1 chain 3 left here that we haven't worked into yet in the first round. So that's where we're going now. We've got 1, 2, 3 corners made. Now we need to make that 4th corner. Okay. So as you're making it, just take your time. I am going a little bit quicker than I expect you to go, simply because we are limited here by time. You know, if we were together for the afternoon, we could make each stitch individually, but this will be recorded up on the Michael's YouTube channel. So if you need to pause it or change the speed with the gear icon, that can work as well. So now we've got 3 double crochets right into that space, chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and work 3 double crochets right back in that same space. So we just go our hook right into that chain 3 space. It pops out in the back of our fabric. Bring our yarn over our hook, pull it up and through, yarn over with our hook again, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. And then twice more. 1 and 2. Now again, you always want to, oops, didn't pull that stitch all the way through. There we go. We always want to take a moment and make sure we only have 4 corners. Yes. 1, 2, 3, 4. We should only have 4 chain 3 spaces at the end of each round. All right. So what we're going to do now is do our slip stitch again. We need to bring these 2 together and go right in there. Now again, like I say, all these stitches are the same. All we're doing is chaining, double crochet, and then a bit of slip stitching to finish up our row. There we go. Okay, these are standard crochet stitches. We're just working them in a particular pattern that is known as the granny square. So since we're about halfway through here, and about halfway through the pattern, Renee or Laura, is there anything I can answer here?
Sorry, I'm muting myself. No, I think you're all good.
Okay.
Yeah, you've been fully in the chat, so we're all good.
Okay, great.
That's
Just wanted to make sure there wasn't something I was missing. Sometimes the questions fly by a little faster than I can see. So, alrighty, let's come back to our written instructions just because this is such a great written instruction. And between this and the recording of the video, hopefully you'll be able to get here through each round. So this is the second round that we just made. This is sort of the code, the words for what we just did there together. But you can see here, it takes off in one corner. It goes all the way around. That's what you just saw me do, was join with that slip stitch right there. Alrighty. So if we go to our last page of instructions, there are 2 more rounds, but the joy of a granny square is honestly, it could keep going. You could start after 2 or keep going to 2000, and probably beyond that if you wanted to. It really, each row just grows and grows on the previous row. So you can see we're getting sort of the same look. It's not changing looks. We're using the same stitches and the same techniques. So but now, here that we've gotten to round 3 is where you're kind of going to see how this can continue to grow indefinitely, because now we're not going to just have corners to work in. And absolutely, this makes a wonderful dishcloth. Like if you don't have, Red Heart Super Saver is great for scrubbing things with. If you've got some lily sugar and cream, I love using that for washcloths as well. And yes, absolutely, I love using, learning new stitch patterns for dishcloths is like such a great way to do it because you actually do make something practical. Um, but yeah, for absolutely for baby blankets, you can just keep going with one big granny square. You can make a bunch of little ones and sew them together, make different sized ones. I think the reason the granny squares stick around is because they really have just so many possibilities. In fact, these are the same kind of granny squares you can make a sweater or a pair of pants out of. Um, if we can get to how to change colors, I will absolutely do that for sure. So let's go ahead though now. I want to continue with this same color for round 3 so you can see really just how this pattern does continue to grow. So what did we do when we started the previous round? We needed to slip stitch over to that corner space. We're going to do that at the beginning of every round. That just means we've just got these couple of double crochets. We go in there, make our slip stitch, go to the next one, make a slip stitch where we just pull that loop all the way through. You can see it doesn't add height, it just lets us travel. Then we go over to that chain 3 space, yarn over, and make one more slip stitch. So now we're back in that chain 3 corner space and we're all ready to begin again. So same thing we did last time. We're just going to have a little bit more along the side. So this is from here on out, really, no matter how big you want to get, how all your rounds of granny square are going to go. So we're going to start again with that chain 3. 1, 2, 3. And then 2 more double crochets in the corner. Our corners from here on out are always the same, just like they were last time. 3 double crochets, chain 3, 3 double crochets. There's those 3 double crochets. Remember, the first one is the chain 3. Then we chain 3 again. 1, 2, 3. And 3 more double crochets right back in that same corner. There's 1 and 2 and 3. And you can see now it's a corner, just like the one below, just like the one below that. Group of 3 with chain 3, group of 3, group of 3, chain 3, group of 3, group of 3 double crochets, chain 3, 3 double crochets. So that is another way to check. You want all those to always just line up. Now, because our granny square is grown, when we skip this group of 3, we're not back at a chain 3 corner. We've got to get ourselves along the side. So now what you're going to do from here on out, round 3 on out, when you see a group of 3 and you skip over that, but it's not a chain 3 corner, you can see there's this little space right here between this group of 3 and this group of 3. We're going to work another group of 3 right in there. Even though we didn't chain 1, we didn't skip anything, but we skipped over that group of 3 down here, and that left us some space right there to work into. So we're going to do our corner in the corner, then along the sides, in between the groups of 3, we'll work another 3 double crochets. We just put our hook right in that space, pull up our loop. There's 1 double crochet. Go right in that same space for another one. And then a third one. Again, these are just standard double crochets. So then once we've worked 3 double crochets there, we skip this group of three double crochets and see what's next. In this case, it's a chain 3 space. We know that's a corner. So we're going to work another corner in our corner. So that's 3 double crochets. 1. Again, remember our rule of 3 for granny squares. 3 double crochets, chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and 3 double crochets right back in that same chain 3 spot. 1, 2, 3. Because we know now when it's not a double crochet substitute, it's a corner. And we always want to put a corner in our corners. Let me pull that back a little bit so you can see. So you see there in our corner, we still have our corner, but now we just pop one of those groups of 3 in between the other groups of 3. Then we're back at a corner. So as we come around this side and we skip that group of 3, oh, we've got another one of those spots. So that's where we put our next group of 3 double crochets. 1, 2, and 3. Then we look at our work, we skip that next group of 3, and that brings us to a corner. So that means we need to put another corner in there. So 1, 2, 3 double crochets, a little bit more yarn here, chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and then 3 double crochets in that same space. That is how we always make our corners. So sometimes what happens when people say, oh my gosh, I somehow only have 3 corners or I have 5 corners. What happens is they accidentally did that 3 double crochet, chain 3 double crochet, maybe in one of the sides. Or if they don't have enough corners, maybe they just worked 3 double crochets in there without turning it into a corner. That's usually what happened. But like I said, that's the joy of crochet. You don't like it, you made a mistake, you pull in that yarn and it all comes right out. You might hear that referred to as frogging because you are ripping, you rip it, rip it, rip it. You're ripping out the stitches. So now when we skip this group of 3, what do we see? We see that space between 2 groups of 3. So we know we're just going to put 3 double crochets there. There's 1, 2, and 3. Oop. There we go. Anytime we finish our group of 3, we go back and look at our work. We've got another group of 3 there, so we skip over that. And that's a chain 3, so we know it's a corner. Go right in there. If you're ever in doubt, just step back and look at it and see where you're at. There are 3 double crochets in there. 1, 2, 3. Now we can say, okay, we're working in a chain 3, so that means we need a chain 3. We need to keep our corners going. 1, 2, 3, and put 3 double crochets right back in that same spot. 1, 2, and 3. So now we stop and look. We've made our 4 corners, but we can't slip stitch yet. We need to finish this side. We've got 2 groups here, so we know we need to put a group in between. A little group of 3 double crochets. There's 1, and 2, and 3. And now when we skip that next section of 3 double crochets, that brings us right back to where we began. So that is where we join again with our slip stitch right in the top of that 3rd chain, like so. Now, somebody asked, what would I do if I wanted to change colors? And that is a great question. So here we have 3 rounds done. This particular pattern for the coasters calls for 4 rounds. The 4th round is going to be pretty much most of the same. We slip stitch over to that corner. We work corners and corners. Then we skip over a chain 3. We're going to put a group of 3 double crochets in between these 2. We're going to put a group of 3 double crochets in between these 2, and then we're going to come to another corner. So what if we wanted to change colors? let's say I'm all done with the yellow and I want to bring in something else. Let me grab my scissors here. And I'm just going to go ahead and cut my yarn. And then I will simply finish off with that color. There we go. Now, let me grab another color. I wasn't prepared for that. So 1 second. All right, had to find one that wasn't like black or something we weren't going to be able to see on camera here. A little bit lighter. Here we have, this is sort of a, what is it? Aruba sea color. So we'll pull up some of this here. Let me find the end. All righty, so how are we going to add another color or switch to a different color for this last round? I'm gonna find the end of my yarn right here. And before, of course, to get over to this corner, we would have slip stitched our way over there, right? Because you can see our yarn end is over here and we want to start in the corner. Now, we don't have to do that. Why bother with slip stitching? We can just go ahead and join right to our corner. So the way I'm going to do that, and it doesn't have to be this next corner. It could be any old corner you want. Just find one of those chain 3 corners. Insert your hook right in that corner. And then we're going to take the new yarn, pull a loop up through that corner, then yarn over and pull through. So it's kind of like a little slip stitch. We're just going to attach our yarn with a slip stitch to that corner. Alrighty. And then we can go ahead and just start stitching. 1, 2, 3. There's that chain 3. And put 2 double crochets right in that same corner. And just start stitching with our new color. And then when you're all done, you would want to weave in your ends. So let me do that join one more time. Like I say, the joy of crochet. You make a mistake, you just pull it out and start over. No harm done. All right, so I've got my end of my yarn. I always want to come in a good 4 to 6 inches or so that I have enough room to weave in my ends properly when I'm done. So I just hold on to that there so it's kind of ready for me. Insert my hook in any of those corners. Yarn over with my new color. And then I'll put a little slip stitch. And I like to pull down on the tail end and just get that really nice and tight on there. And then we can start our stitching. So let's go ahead and stitch this round 4 here together. We start with our chain of 3. 1, 2, 3. That'll count as our first double crochet, just as before. Yarn over, go right back in that same chain 3 space. And there's 1 and 2. 2 double crochets, just as we've been making before. Chain 3 again. 1, 2, 3. 3 double crochets right back in that same chain 3 space. So we're starting in a corner, so we want to start by making a corner. 1, 2, and 3. Alrighty. So always step back, check your work. You can see that end's kind of hanging out there. It's not a big deal. Like I say, we'll just weave that end in when we weave in our other ends. We've got our 3, 3, 3, all lined up nicely here in our corner. You can see how those sort of all line up together. So let's go back to our work here. We've just made a corner, so we're going to skip this group of 3. There's a group of 3 after that, so that means we want to go right in that little gap right there. Make 1 double crochet, 2 double crochets, and 3 double crochets, all right into that space. There we go. Then we come back and look at our work. What do we have in the previous round? We've got another 3 here, so we skip over those, see what's next. Another 3, so that means we've got a little gap there, and that's where we're going to put this next 3. 3 double crochets again. All the same stitch over and over again. 1, 2, and 3. Okay, so now we look at our work again. We skip over this group of 3, see what's next. It's a chain 3 corner. So that means we need to put another corner in that chain 3. That's 3 double crochets. 1, 2, 3. And yes, I'm going from hole to hole, basically. That's one of the things that I think also makes the granny square so popular, is that we're not doing a whole lot of stitching into other stitches. We're sort of stitching into those holes or gaps, which makes it a little bit faster. You can just kind of go right in there. You don't have to try and get under a fiddly particular part of one stitch. So I think it makes it a little bit faster and a little easier to see in the dark because you can kind of feel where your next stitches are going a little bit easier than you can feel the tops of other stitches. So it's a good, once you get the hang of the granny squares and get them down, it can be a good sort of like movie theater or movie night project because you don't need a lot of lighting for it. You can use your other senses a little bit more. All righty, so we've got our second corner made here. Let me get my fingers out of the way. You can see that's lined up again. We can check our work. So you can see with each row, we're going to grow by the number of cluster or groups of 3 that we have on each side. So you can see here in our last row of yellow, we had 1, 2, 3. Now that we're in our blue era, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. So then the next row on each side would have 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, because we'd have that one in the corner, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5th one there. So you can kind of also use that to see where you're at in the pattern. I just like to have lots of visual checks. So now that we've made a corner that's brought us around to this side, so of course, same thing. We're going to skip that next group of 3 and go right just in that space in between those 2 groups of 3. It's just a space that's there we can go into with our hook. That is one of the fun things about crochet, but also one of the things that makes it a challenge and lets you do such a wide variety of things with crochet is that really, strictly speaking, we can stick our hook anywhere and create a new stitch or a new stitch pattern. Definitely some of the fun of it. So you lots of patterns you'll work into the particular stitches, but for this one, we get to work into those gaps. We just come back here and look. Now this is where we joined, but that's okay. We just ignore that for right now. Skip over those 3, go right in between those next 2 groups for another 3. Now, when you are done with your project, I do recommend that you actually weave in your ends with a yarn needle. You can see here, I just crocheted over that end a little bit there, and that's fine. Some people like to crochet over their ends and do nothing else, just crochet over them and think, that's good enough to hold them down. Particularly with something with like a granny square where you're not going to have a long section of stitches to cover that up with, you do want to actually weave your ends in with a yarn needle. So if you're very new to crochet, that might be something that you haven't picked up yet, but I definitely recommend that you do. It's going to make your projects finish a little bit better, just in terms of looks, and they'll last a lot longer as well. So just sort of yammering along here while we crochet. You can see I just skip a group, put 3 there, skip a group, put 3 there, skip a group. That brings us to a corner. So now I've got 3, chain 3, and 3 more double crochets right into that chain 3 space. Just exactly what we've been doing all along. There we go. So if this is your first time seeing a granny square, it might seem like a lot, but once you take the time, like I say, be able to pause the video and make it along, I hope that it will become a lot clearer. So now we've made that side, 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 groups there along that side, brings us around to this corner. We've got a group of 3 there, so we're going to skip over it and put a group of 3 right in between. Just right in that gap that's left there between the stitches. 1, 2, and 3. So hopefully it makes sense, even though this is where our pattern ends here, just after round 4, that you can keep going. You put your corners in your corners, and you put a group of 3 double crochets in between your groups of 3 double crochets in the previous row until you get to that next corner. And then in the next corner, you make that corner again, 3 double crochets, chain 3, 3 double crochets. And with that technique, you could really keep going forever, infinitesimally, until you ran out of yarn. You could make the world's largest granny square if you wanted to. All with this exact same technique, just like we're doing here. You just got to keep track of your corners to make sure you don't end up with too few or too many. Just remember that those corners only go in those chain 3 spaces. And that when you come to a chain 3 space, it needs to be a corner. There we go. So now we've got 3 of our sides done. You can see we started there, work down there, around and up. As we come along this last side, you notice how I said we've got 4 groups on each side, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So on this side, we'll have 1, 2, 3, and that'll be the fourth. So we've got to put those two right there. You can see right there where those two little gaps are. So we pick up our hook and our yarn. We do those last two groups of 3. 1, 2, and 3. And 1, 2. Oh, that yarn's or skein's a little newer. The yarn doesn't want to come out as easily. There we go. 2 and 3. There we go. All right. So now we skip this group of 3 and we're right back where we began. So if you wanted to, absolutely, you could join with a slip stitch and just keep going. If we joined with a slip stitch, then we could slip stitch our way over to that corner. We put another corner in there. And then we just go between the gaps again. So here on this side, we'd have our corner, and then one here, one here, one here, then corner again. One here, one here, one here, then corner again. One here, one here, one here, then corner again. One here, one here, one here. And then of course we'd have to join and make our new corner. So let's talk just a little bit about finishing. Let's say this is our final round here. I've made my coaster. And I'm going to slip stitch that first top of that chain 3 I made. And pull that slip stitch nice and tight. Oops, got off camera a little bit there. Let me do that again. I was so concentrating on doing it right, I got off the camera. Let me pull that loop back through. There we go. Okay, so we've got our last one there. There's the top of our chain 3. I'm going to put my hook right in there and slip stitch to the top of that chain 3. So we slip stitch anytime we finish a round. And if we're not changing colors, then we slip stitch our way over to that chain 3 to begin the next round. The slip stitch is great for closing up that gap and finishing up a round, but it also lets us travel without adding any height to our pattern and without really changing our pattern. So when you have finished it completely, then you'll want to go ahead and break your yarn again. And again, I'm going to leave 4 to 6 inches. I'm not measuring it. I'm just eyeballing it. And then I'll just pull that end right through my loop and pull down on that, and that will finish it off completely. So you can see I just flipped it over. This would be considered the wrong side. We've been doing all our work from this side. So this would be considered the right side of our granny square. And then let me pull up a good one here to show you guys my little collection. We have a few yarn needles. Here we go. They didn't want to be brave today. So this is what a yarn needle looks like. If you don't have one yet, sometimes they're sharp, sometimes they're a little crooked at the end, sometimes they're even more dull, but they should all be relatively dull. Yarn needles aren't meant to be super sharp, but what they are meant to be is just a really big needle that you can get yarn through the eye. So if you've done any hand sewing before, you're familiar with needles, but yarn needles are just the really big version of that. So to weave in your ends, what you're going to want to do is just take your time, find the ends of your yarn. If you haven't switched colors, you'll only have 2. If you've switched colors, you're going to have 2 ends for each color typically. And what you want to do is take each end of your yarn, let me put that out of the way here, put it on your yarn needle, like so. And this is why we want to make sure to leave a good 4 to 6 inches on all of them. And then we're just going to take our yarn needle and really bury those ends. But there's a couple tricks to it. What I like to do is go in, we really want to just hide our needle inside those stitches. You can see this is the end that was coming out from that beginning chain 4 we did that we turned into our circle. So I'm just going to continue going around in the circle a little bit, hiding my needle inside those stitches. Let me get that as close as I can there. I'm just going to pull that gently on through. I don't want to pull super tight. We don't want to warp our fabric. You know, if we pull too tight, it'll make it all pinch in. Just gently pull. So it's right there. But then the key is to go back the other direction. Remember, I went this way. Now I'm going to turn and go back the other direction. I'm going to catch another loop of yarn. If I didn't catch another loop of yarn, I'd probably just undo what I've done. So I'm going to catch another loop of yarn and then head back the other direction. And it doesn't matter if we like split a yarn. That's actually probably better. Just go back through and then gently pull the yarn end through again. So now it's going both directions, and that's going to help quite a bit. If it's a slippery yarn, something really slick, like maybe a Karen Simply Soft, you might want to keep going and do that a couple times. The slicker the yarn, the more likely it is to pull back out. Something like wool, you'd probably only have to do this a couple times because especially a natural wool will have scales that will help the yarn stick to itself. But the really slick yarns, you do need to do that just a little bit more. Now you can see I've done that a couple of times. I can tell it's not going anywhere. So then after we've done our weaving in, we want to trim it off. And the best way to trim it off is to put some good tension on that end. So you pull it out a little bit, cut it close to the fabric, but not so close that you cut your fabric, of course. And then when we give that a little wiggle, that end should just disappear right inside our fabric. And that's what we want to do with all of our ends. Just take your time and bury them in the stitches. For the blue ends, I would definitely try to hide those inside blue stitches. And for the yellow ends, I would want to hide those under our yellow stitches. So we've got just a couple of minutes left. Are there any last minute questions I could get to? Renee or Laura, if you guys could help me out with that.
I don't see any new questions that you haven't answered that are in the chat.
Okay.
But yeah.
Okay. Just wanted to make sure there wasn't something we missed there. So like I said, this will be recorded. If there's any other questions, definitely let me know. I did see one pop up. Why are they called granny squares? That is such a good question, and I have no idea. I'm definitely going to have to figure out if there's an answer to that. I can't believe I never thought of it, and I've never been asked that before either. Renee or Laura, do you guys have an answer? I
Weirdly
really
enough,
don't
I
know.
actually know.
I'm so excited. We're all going to learn today.
So back when they first became like a thing, back in like the 1800s, they were known as granny squares because you did them in the holes instead of stitching into stitches. It was easier for older people who couldn't see stitches to
Okay.
do it without looking. So that's where it's believed to have come from. But
There we go. Oh, that's fascinating. Thank you. I had no idea. Well, and that's something we talked about. It's a little easier because, yeah, you're going into those holes rather than into the stitches themselves. That's what turns it. Who knew granny squares were going to be the perfect Netflix project, right? Over all those years. So awesome. Well, thank you so much, guys. Like I say, we at the end of our time. So I want to thank you so much for joining me today. If you want to follow along with the written pattern, I definitely recommend it. Like I say, it's got all those really great photos. Once again, it is the Red Heart Easy Square Crochet Coasters. That's what you want to type in if you don't have the link in front of you. But it is a free pattern on yarnspirations.com. And today, to make it, I was using Red Heart Super Saver, quite the classic, perfect for all your coasters, and a US eye hook. This one was by Susan Bates. So thank you all so much for joining me, and I hope I'll see you again soon.